is Fox 5 Morning News.
It is September 10th, 2001. Welcome to Fox 5 Morning News. Well, Coach Schottenheimer's new regime didn't produce any new results for the Redskins, but there may be yet another new quarterback controversy.
The death of a man in a high-rise fire may have been the result of a legal exemption that affects apartments all over Maryland.
And a man comes home to find his house wrecked by an explosion, and now gas workers are trying to figure out exactly what happened. Good morning. I'm Michael Gargiulo. Todd Wallace is off today.
And I'm Allison Seymour. Welcome to Fox 5 Morning News. We're happy to have you, Michael.
And I'm happy to say that my friend Tom Sater is back. Let's check in with him and find out how our week is going to start out. Tom.
Oh, good morning. It's good to be back. It's always good to get up before the birds. That's what I always look forward to. All right, here we go. A great week. You're going to love this one. It's going to be like fall again this week as we're going to see low humidity and cool temperatures after today. The second one is going to be like fall again this week as we're going to see low humidity and cool temperatures after today. The satellite radar picture showing we had a few sprinkles down to the south. We still have them moving up to the north, but again, just a few sprinkles. If you look out to the northwest and moving through Ohio now is a cold front that'll trigger some rainfall later on today. So a few sprinkles scattered mainly out west, but then later on today we'll see a few thunderstorms start to erupt in the heat of the day. One more warm day. Yesterday we had 87, but currently we're at 75 degrees. We do have cloudy skies. It's a little muggy out there as well. 90% humidity. The forecast for the day today, I'm going with mostly cloudy skies, so do not expect a whole lot of sunshine, but we'll have a few peaks here and there. And then scattered showers, but mainly afternoon thunderstorms as a cold front will rake across the area and will exit, I'd say, around the Chesapeake area later on this evening. So a high temperature of 85, but then we're back into the 70s. It's going to be a great couple of days, and I'll have that 5-day forecast for you in just a few minutes. All right, before you hit the door on this Monday morning, let's get a look at our on-time traffic. Here's Marna Woken. Good morning, Marna.
Good morning. Let's take a look at the roadways. Well, if you're
Let's get a look at our on-time traffic. Here's Marna Woken. Good morning, Marna.
Good morning. Let's take a look at the roadways. Well, if you're traveling northbound on the 395, if we can go to the camera, the express lanes are closed south of Boundary Channel Drive due to some police activity there. They're closed until about 6 a.m. this morning. The main lanes are unaffected, though. Also, southbound 95 at 7100 in the Springfield area, there's a disabled vehicle there, so you might find some delays as you travel through that area. And let's take a look at Rockville, 355 at 28, the Rockville Mixing Bowl. Things are running smoothly there. We'll be back to update your ride to work in Fox 5 on-time traffic. Back to you, Allison.
Okay, Marna, thank you so much. The Redskins season opener didn't give fans much to watch. It was a disappointing defeat in San Diego. It was Marty Schottenheimer's first game as the Redskins head coach, and it was not quite the debut he'd hoped for. The Redskins were outplayed on offense, defense, and special teams. This Redskins punt was returned 84 yards for a touchdown. Tony Banks replaced Jeff George at the helm in the second half, but it wasn't pretty either. The Chargers shocked the Skins in a 30-3 rout. Coach Schottenheimer and QB Tony Banks discuss a possible quarterback controversy coming up in this morning's sports report. That's ugly. Michael.
Oh, I like that. And now he had to go through a losing Redskins preseason. Of course, the game yesterday counted, and that sure wasn't pretty. Fox 5's Melanie Orlick found it was a day that made the fans cringe.
At Fire Station 23 in Rockville, one-time Redskins fans are having a hard time keeping the faith.
That's the future right there.
I used to be probably the most avid Washington fan that lived. And no, well, not anymore.
A weak offensive showing and special team screw-ups made this Sunday less than stellar.
Redskins have something to be desired.
But at this point, if the bell were to go off, maybe that'd be a little more exciting?
Yes. Yes, it would. You're absolutely right.
Well, at least these guys got their wish. Fans at Fitness First wished for a season opener success. Instead, they're sweating out the score.
And the Chargers are just eating them up. And it's a lot easier to watch the game here at the gym, get your frustrations out, than sitting on the couch at home with a beer.
But they weren't all crying in their beers at sports bars. Perhaps the second half gave them a glimmer of hope.
They don't need to change anything. Just give the ball to Stephen Davis every play and keep Norv in San Diego.
I'm rooting for them. They got an easy schedule, so.
Oh, well, there's always next week. Now, most fans we talked to said they'll give the Skins about one more chance before they decide to jump off the bandwagon altogether. At FedEx Field, I'm Melanie Olwick, Fox 5 News.
And Redskins' next chance is going to be at FedEx Field when they take on the always strong Arizona Cardinals. Only kidding about that. Allison.
A Rockville apartment fire now takes the life of an elderly man, and officials say his death could have been prevented if only his building had a sprinkler system. The blaze occurred at the Pavilion Apartments on Montrose Road. It began in the bedroom of the man's 12th floor apartment and charred apartments on the 4 floors above. Nearly 1,000 people, many of them elderly, were temporarily evacuated. The building did not have a sprinkler system because it was built before laws went into effect requiring them.
A Fairfax County man is cleaning up the pieces today after returning home from vacation to find that his house had exploded. Fire officials think a natural gas explosion caused the fire that gutted the Vienna home and damaged 2 antique cars in the man's garage. The owner of the home was on vacation in Virginia Beach when this happened. Fire investigators estimate that at least $500,000 in damage was done to his home.
Another shooting spree rocks California. The early morning ending to the murders of 5 people is up next.
And Army investigators are hoping that you'll recognize 2 people in a key piece of evidence to a 35-year-old murder in the district.
And repairing your old stereo may be better than buying a new one. Getting the most from your old sound system. That's still to come.
Diamonds. The Jewelry Factory is a direct diamond importer. The Jewelry Factory has thousands of diamonds, most with GIA or EGL certs, laser inscribed and guaranteed the lowest price. 1-carat solitaires are $5.99. 1-carat studs $3.99. The Jewelry Factory has thousands of rings, pendants, earrings, and bracelets, and specializes in platinum and invisible settings. Only the Jewelry Factory gives you a low price and double value guarantee. Buy Factory Direct. The Jewelry Factory in Bethesda.
Now, Mrs. Budd, do people love your pies because of their big, tender chunks of chicken?
Oh, no, Sonny, that's not it.
Is it because of the rich, smooth velouté sauce?
Nope.
Perhaps the delicate flavor of tender young vegetables?
No, Sonny.
What's your secret then, Mrs. Budd?
Oh, for heaven's sake, it's the crust, stupid.
Mrs. Budd's Chicken Pies. It's the crust, stupid.
Easy now. Toby Keith, DACM's top male vocalist and Album of the Year winner, is back with the best album of his career, Pull My Chain, featuring the #1 smash, I'm Just Talking About Tonight. How do you like him now? Pick up a copy of Pull My Chain and find out. Available now at Target.
Running the Marine Corps Marathon this year? Why not run with meaning? Take the Run for Kids Marathon Challenge. You'll raise funds for Big Brothers Big Sisters of the National Capital Area. Every step you take will benefit an at-risk child. In exchange for participation, you get a training program, race day support, and guaranteed entry in the marathon. Check out our website or call us at 301-791. Check out our website or call us at 301-794-9170, extension 28. Give lasting meaning to your marathon experience.
Live look there at Northwest D.C. It's 5:38, 75 degrees on this Monday morning. A former security guard wanted in the deaths of 5 people in Sacramento shot himself this morning during a gunfight with police. Police say 20-year-old Joseph Ferguson was suspected of shooting and killing his former girlfriend and 4 others. 3 of the victims were former co-workers. Police say Ferguson had been suspended from his job and was upset over a breakup with his girlfriend. During the shooting spree, Ferguson allegedly called co-workers and threatened that he would kill them and random people on the street.
A reward is being offered in the case of a soldier missing for 34 years. The remains of Alan Adams were discovered in the rubble of a building years after he was reported missing. Now the Army and investigators have new evidence, and they're asking the public for help in cracking this case. Fox 5 was reported missing. Now the Army and investigators have new evidence, and they're asking the public for help in cracking this case. Fox 5's Paul Wagner reports.
In December of 1996, this man removing rubble from a building being torn down on E Street found the remains of Alan Adams among the bricks and mortar of an old bar. Inside a pair of jeans, detectives found the wallet and dog tags of a soldier the Army thought went AWOL during the Vietnam War. Private First Class Alan Adams was stationed at Fort Myer in Arlington, where he worked as a supply specialist. It was the summer of 1967, and the nation was in turmoil over the Vietnam War. To blow off steam, Adams loved to play pool, and friends say his passion frequently took him downtown to a pool hall above the Crown Bar and Grill. That's where, on July 31st, 1967, investigators believe Adams was killed and his body stuffed in the attic, where it stayed for 30 years.
This body wasn't just left in the open up there. Somebody stashed Alan's body in a way that it was able to be concealed for all that time.
Time that passed painfully and slowly for Adams' mother, who looked for him all the time.
Everybody that you'd see on the road, you'd look for him, and everywhere in the crowds, and you never stop looking because it's your son that's missing all those years.
Ken Cole has been on the case for so long he's taken a personal interest in it. And now that the Army has taken the lead, he's hoping the investigation picks up steam.
I guess one thing that has been frustrating is we've developed several dozen leads in this case, folks that did know Alan, and we've not been able to follow up all of those fully because they're from other parts of the country. The Army has obviously folks they can reach out to all across the country to follow up on some of these leads.
One lead detectives would like to follow is finding the couple in this picture with Alan, taken the day before he disappeared. Mrs. Adams thinks their names are Gene and Junior.
There is someone out there that knows what happened to him.
Mrs. Adams thinks their names are Gene and Junior.
There is someone out there that knows what happened to him because he wasn't in that place that night by himself. And I just pray that they'll come forward and end this because it's just been a nightmare that's never ended for me.
It's just impossible to imagine that the folks who owned that building, used that building, patronized that establishment couldn't have known something, smelled something. Not to be too morbid, but I'm just, given the number of people that would have gone through that building in all those years, I'm hopeful that we'll develop some lead here.
Paul Wagner, Fox 5 News.
And once again, if you do know the couple in the picture, who they are, or if you know anyone who worked at the Apex Billiard Hall, investigators would like to hear from you. There is a $20,000 reward that's being offered in this case.
5:41 right now. A Northern Virginia company may be getting into the cable TV business in a big way. The proposed mega merger is coming up after the break.
And taking a live look outside, we're going to have a check of your weather and on-time traffic. That's coming up.
Another red break.
And taking a live look outside, we're going to have a check of your weather and on-time traffic. That's coming up.
Another Redskins quarterback controversy may be brewing. That's ahead in sports.
And this isn't the new definition of coach. Why a team of people is pulling this plane just ahead.
And remember, for news, weather, and sports updates all day long, log on to fox5dc.com.
Shocking teen paternity test.
I can't believe it.
On the next moment.
Today at 9 on Fox 5.
Why do the four giant bell phone monopolies want toes and dingles so badly? How about this? Section 4A states, neither the FCC nor any state shall have authority to regulate the rates, charges, terms, or conditions for any high-speed data service. Toes and Dingle will turn the four bell giants loose on America and then prohibit the FCC and all 50 states from protecting us. So, this is why our parents... 50 states from protecting us. So, this is why our parents told us to read the fine print.
With Weight Watchers, every food has a points value. And now every point works harder than ever. Introducing Winning Points, the way to stay satisfied. Eat what you like and still stay within your daily points range. So you stick with it and lose.
Now, take it off and show it off. Enter Weight Watchers Take It Off, Show It Off sweepstakes. Win a fabulous new $10,000 wardrobe.
Now's the time to join Weight Watchers. For pricing and location information, call 301-770-4115.
If you're a woman who's in or past menopause, you have good reason to worry about osteoporosis. More than half of women over age 50 have osteoporosis. So you may want to be part of a clinical trial testing a research medicine that may prevent osteoporosis. If you're 45 or over, you have good reason to learn about this trial. Call now.
There's a wonderful shot there. The Washington, what are those three lights? It's like alien beings right in the base of the Washington Monument. Beautiful day out, 75 degrees right now.
We want to check the commute this morning. For that, we go over to Marna Wolken. Good morning, Marna.
Good morning. Well, things are looking pretty good, but if you are traveling northbound on the 395, police are looking for some robbery suspects, so you might find some delays in the express lanes. Let's take a look at the 395 at Pentagon. If you're traveling in that area, the express lanes are actually closed until 6 a.m. this morning. The main lanes are not affected, but you might find some delays. You might want to think about an alternate route if you're traveling in that direction. Now let's take a look at the Wilson Bridge and the 95. Traffic is looking pretty good as you travel through that area. Let's take a look at the weather now with Tom.
All right, thank you, Marna. Good morning, everyone. 75 degrees with a south wind at 9. Now, the south winds are going to continue today. Marna, good morning, everyone. 75 degrees with a south wind at 9. Now, the south winds are going to continue today until later on, late this afternoon into tonight. They're going to start to shift. Throughout the day, they'll be west and northwest. Could it be that summer has had its last hurrah? We hit 87 yesterday. That's unseasonably warm. And, you know, they're still having some very warm temperatures out west, but then you get into the northern areas of Montana, into the Dakotas, fall already upon them. And we're going to talk about a nice week for us. You're going to love the temperatures. You can see a pretty well-distinct line of cloud cover and shower activity across the Ohio Valley. This is a cold front that's on the way. But first, look at this. What a well-defined eye. This Hurricane Aaron, still a major hurricane, last night blowing right by Bermuda yesterday afternoon and last night, just giving them a little bit of rainfall and some strong gusty winds. It's about 160 miles north of Bermuda. Winds, though, maximum winds are still about 120 miles per hour. Now, the question is, will it head toward the U.S. mainland? Well, it is moving northwest about 13, expected to take a turn toward the north. And I think it'll continue toward the U.S. mainland. Well, it is moving northwest about 13, expected to take a turn toward the north. And I think it'll continue to move into the cooler waters. But still, it's going to be, you know, possibly make an impact for some of the shipping lanes up to the north. Nova Scotia, we'll be watching this, Newfoundland as well. But it's a pretty well-defined hurricane. You can see it well in the satellite picture. We've got tropical depression number 7. This is the 7th tropical depression, another way back behind that. But so tropics getting active as they typically do during this month of September. All right, rainfall down to the south of us in the Carolinas kind of trying to stream northward in just the form of a few sprinkles and showers. And you can almost see how they kind of change their motion a little bit, starting to move now toward the northeast. Here's the cold front, and this is the real McCoy, which means it's really going to bring in a drop of humidity levels and just some fantastic temperatures for highs. Now, you can see later today we are in this bullseye, so expect some scattered showers, but it'll be this afternoon. I think we'll have a few thunderstorms. So 75 degrees, 65 in Elkins. It's 72 right now on the Cumberland area. Martinsburg, also Dulles is at 72. But look how the temperatures drop. 58 in Cincinnati, 54 in Chicago, and they drop into the 20s. So this is what I'm talking about. I mean, this is the real McCoy, as mentioned. Some thunderstorm activity down in southern Florida, down in southern Texas, too. So if you have travel, problems today, it would only be in those two areas. If you plan to head to maybe Tampa or Miami, and then again down around Corpus Christi. But this cold front, not really very active right now. It is, dropping some heavy rainfall in spots. A number of tornadoes were possible last night, unconfirmed in the state of Michigan. A lot of wind damage with this, and that's usually the case when it gets closer to that area low pressure. So as that slides off to the eastern prairies of Canada, we're just going to have the front move right on through. But back behind it, it is going to be something nice. Here's what the computer models are talking about and speculating that, sure, we're going to have a chance of rain. I don't think everyone will see it, but there's a good chance that some afternoon thunderstorms during the heat of the day will be upon us. So it looks pretty clear back behind it. We're going to have a couple of very sunny days. In fact, after this cold front, high pressure slides in, another cold front reinforcing cool air, and another cold front reinforcing cool air to the north, and I think on Friday we've got another one. So it looks like our temperatures are going to struggle just to get into the 80-degree mark after today. So one more warm day, 84. Yesterday we hit 87. Take a look at this 5-day forecast. 85 tomorrow. Well, I don't know about that. These numbers look a little off. I'm going to have to change those. Don't look at those. 70s. 70s. Over to you guys.
I couldn't even see it. Thanks so much, Tom. Well, great music can brighten a cloudy day, but without the right sound system, those beats could be a bit off track. In this morning's Consumer Solution, Fox 5's Tracy Neal gives us a few guidelines when shopping for a good stereo.
From simple stereos to stellar music machines, when it comes to shopping, your options are endless. Question is how to fine-tune your choices. Set a budget and stick to it.
You really want to have a top. There's always something more you could buy or some other feature you could get.
Which leads us to tune tip number 2. Look ahead to the future. Make sure you can add on later to what you buy today.
If you're only going to put in 2 speakers now, but there's a good chance that you might be adding speakers later on, then you want to get enough power to drive those speakers.
Speaking of speakers, the best place to evaluate them is inside your home. Make sure the store allows you at least a week to return them if you're unhappy. On the flip side, say your sound system sounds sick, do you toss it out or get it tuned up?
I think if you're thinking about repairs, and the repairs are going to cost more than $50 or so, and almost all repairs do cost more than that, then it probably makes sense to go out and do a little bit of shopping first.
Compare what you have and what it'll cost to fix it to what you can buy brand new. You'll likely find out you can get a whole lot more for your buck these days than you could years ago. If you do go the repair route, describe your equipment's symptoms in writing.
You might remember on Friday, it lost another 235 points to close at 9,605. Analysts say investors who are already reeling from a slew of corporate earnings warnings were then blindsided by a jump in the jobless rate. The Nasdaq also lost 18 points on Friday. It's down to 1,687. In Tokyo today, the Nikkei average, another bad sign here, that plummeted another 321 points. Once again, this is at its lowest point in 17 years. Allison?
9 minutes before 6 now. Well, the season is only a week old, and there could already be a quarterback controversy brewing for the Washington Redskins. Fox 5 Dave Feldman hears from player and coach in this morning's sports report.
And good morning. Everyone was anticipating the Redskins taking on the San Diego Chargers to see if Marty Schottenheimer's discipline theory worked in the military boot camp and to see what would happen with a team that had more new guys than old guys. Well, after a week 1 experiment, the results were not good. In San Diego, California, where special teams was a problem early for a guy who's only had 1 losing season in 15 years. Special teams was a problem early for a guy who's only had 1 losing season in 15 years as a head coach. First quarter, after the Skins went 3 and out in their first drive, Tim Dwight with his first touch as a Charger. Timothy John Dwight Jr., former track and football star from Iowa. The Hawkeyes got game. So much for special teams, 7-0 San Diego. Second half, Marty Schottenheimer replaces an ineffective Jeff George. Tony Banks is in. The snap is not. That's bad. Skins recover, but they settle for a field goal. They were down 20-3. One of the reasons, this guy, LaDainian Tomlinson, a rookie from TCU, 113 yards on 36 carries. 30-3 the final. Norv Turner, offensive coordinator, gets the game ball, although you could have given it to Junior Seau or Mr. Dwight. George, 8 for 18, 65 yards. Banks, 7 of 14, 53 yards. The Skins with only 44 yards rushing. The Chargers with 133. Doug Flutie, unacceptable, 10 of 18, 122 yards. He did have 2 interceptions, but Doug Flutie is not the quarterback that is at issue. What is the deal with Jeff George? He started the game. He didn't finish the game. Tony Banks came in. Now, you saw on the sideline, if you could read lips, that Marty Schottenheimer said to Jeff George, "You are still my man." But is he?
I know there'll be a question about the quarterback. Let me make sure we understand something very clearly. We were down 20-0. I made a judgment based on what I thought would give us an opportunity to try and challenge to win the football game. And I will do that every time. Every time. Because that's what this business is about, is winning football games.
He just said go out there and play like I play in college. You know, he knows I'm a little new to this offense, so I'm winging it a little bit. But, you know, nothing can really be said. That's not the most, I guess, the best situation you want to be in as a head coach in your first year, your first, you know, this team and your first game, for you to have to make a change like that.
That charter flight home, I'm going to go out on a limb and say it was not enjoyable. At the U.S. Open, Leighton Hewitt from Australia takes care of Pete Sampras, the 10 seed, in straight sets. So the Australian wins his first ever Grand Slam title. And Barry Bonds hits not 1, not 2, but 3 home runs, 61, 62, and 63. He is now 8 away from breaking the single-season record of Mark McGwire. I'm Dave Feldman. We'll have much more on the Fox 5 News at 10.
Thanks, Dave. Some United Parcel Service workers flexed their muscles for a unique tug-of-war competition. They teamed up with workers in Morrisville, North Carolina to pull this huge Boeing 757 airplane. Teams of 20 people dragged the plane more than 25 feet in an effort to raise money for the United Way of Central Carolinas. Now, in case you were wondering, Michael, just in case you were, that jet weighs more than 100,000 pounds, and it's really moving.
That's probably the latest way for them to save money now. Well, you don't have to be a big-time sports hero to be immortalized on a trading card. As Fox's Mike Tobin shows us, these days, everybody from presidents to everyday people are making the trading card business boom.
Reggie Jackson, Joe Montana, Mean Joe Green, and Bill Clinton? The Hot Springs, Arkansas Tourism Board printed up Bill Clinton cards to promote their local boy who became president, and had no idea how fast they would move.
I don't think windfall is a strong enough word, Mike. We've distributed in less than 4 weeks over 285,000 what we call Clinton cards, which are Clinton trading cards.
The market for trading cards and the prices of these cards has been increasing dramatically over the last decade. The prices sometimes reach what seem to be ridiculous levels, not just for athletes, but celebrities of all sorts.
All of the industries related to these collectibles and these remarkable icons is absolutely exploding.
Even if you're not a big sports fan, you could understand the nostalgia behind owning a Walter Payton card, or the novelty of owning a Pete Rose card, even an O.J. Simpson card pre-trial. But you wouldn't believe what people are paying money for now.
People cards are the newest cards on the market. They feature regular folks with their favorite slogans, posing, say, with their favorite snack foods.
There's something about everyone out there that's, really interesting and really worthwhile, and it doesn't take someone who's got a publicist and a hairstylist and a makeup artist to make them worthwhile.
And the cards could gain value if fame comes their way. Take, for instance, Raphael David Pippino Jr., whose life motto is, pull my finger.
Well, you never know what's going to happen with a pull my finger man.
So maybe it's not so strange Bill Clinton has a card. He's not even the first politician to get a trading card. Steve Largent already had one. Mike Tobin, Fox News, Dallas.
The new Michael Gargiulo cards will be out next fall, and I think everyone will enjoy them for Christmas.
I was searching for something that looked like a card to hold up, but not too close.
I'm going to do that. I am definitely doing that. I'm getting my own trading card.
Okay, I'll get mine and we'll trade.
Okay.
It'll be fun. All right, 3 minutes now before 6. Well, you may not have to search for Bobby Fischer. He may find you where the living legend may be turning up is coming up.
Redskins fans see some good in yesterday's loss to the San Diego Chargers. We're going to be live with that amazing story after the break.
And investigators are looking into an illness which struck down 3 state troopers and whether performance-enhancing drugs are involved.
Fox 5 Morning News closed captioning provided by the American Speech Language Hearing Association, providing services to children and adults with speech, language, and hearing disorders.
The hardest worker in baseball knows the hardest worker in auto painting, Maaco. Our economical ambassador paint service is only $199. Maaco is good, fast, and a great value. It's Maaco for makeovers. Call 1-888-MAACO-USA.
Save up to 80% buying Factory Direct. The Jewelry Factory makes most of their jewelry in their state-of-the-art factory, imports their diamonds direct, and guarantees the lowest price. Compare Tiffany's 1-carat platinum band for $5,800 with the Jewelry Factory's for $1,500. 1-carat hearts are $199, 2-carat bracelets $349, 1-carat studs $399. The Jewelry Factory has a huge selection and guarantees all the jewelry they make to appraise for at least double. Buy Factory Direct. The Jewelry Factory in Bethesda.
This is a complete broadband solution with a Nitro-powered on switch. This is igniting your mission-critical applications on the fattest optical IP pipe on the planet. This is your business, screaming 1,000 times faster than yesterday. This is moving beyond connected. This is riding the light. This is the technology that makes it happen. This is the technology that makes it happen. Quest. Ride the light.
This fall.
Who are you? I'm your roommate, Lizzie!
There's only one comedy Entertainment Weekly is ready to declare a major hit.
having a panic attack.
I'll distract you. What's your major?
I don't know yet.
You haven't picked a major yet?
God, what are you trying to do to me?
Undeclared premieres Tuesday, September 18th on Fox.
Now Seinfeld fans are seeing double.
I'm getting a hankering for some double mint gum.
So catch all the double dates.
She had man hands.
And double talk.
Let me tell it. No, you can't tell it. You always tell it. All right, tell it. You just tell it.
Double your fun when we double up Seinfeld. Coming twice a night at 7:30 and 11 on Fox 5.
If you think Temptation Island pushed the limits, this fall, prepare yourself for Love Cruise, television's newest real-life soap opera, Tuesday, September 11th on Fox.